All right, good morning, traders. Today is February 15th, 2024. My SPY pivot is 495.43. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. SPY, FNGU, QQQ, IWM all closed daily candles over the bullish trap, over the trend indicator. What a comeback. Very nice. Diamond Dow had an inside day closing between the bearish trap and the 17 EMA. All of the Fab 5 are still in uptrends. Gold made a lower low and a lower high, closing below the bearish trap and below the 17 EMA. SLV remains bearish, closed inside a bearish trap and under the 17 EMA. USO closed inside the bullish trap and over the 17 EMA, hanging on to the uptrend. UNG continues to disappoint, printing new all-time lows. Closed under a bearish trap below the 17 and found another new all-time low. US dollar index closed above the rubber band candle, crushing any hope for a weaker dollar. All right, so let's take a look at some charts. First chart we'll hit up is SPY. All right, so here's SPY, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap. My pivot point is 495, just below this area right here. 495.43, and that's just below these things. That would be the major resistance or major support if they break that on an intraday time frame. If they break that early in the morning, I definitely do not want to be bullish. All right, so in the morning, above that, I'm bullish. Below that, I'm bearish. There's SPY. All right, you see the market's kind of gapping up this morning. We got some economic numbers coming out. They could steal this from us. They've already kind of quasi-filled the gap. You can see over here. See the move down. This is not the close. There's a gap that's open here. We closed that day around 590 cents. Well, you can see they came up to that pivot low right there, and they tagged that and then faded away so far this morning. Hopefully they can get up and over it and start to work on the 500 numbers. But there's SPY on the 10-minute. Let's go back to the daily. Let's go to the 2-hour. Okay, 2-hour. Got a 2-hour cross that happened late yesterday. And we have a 2-hour uptrend started right through there. All right, so there's SPY. Let's take a look at QQQ. All right, here's QQQ. Higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the trend indicator. Nice work on QQQ. Still in an uptrend here. See that? Still in the uptrend. QQQ. All right, let's take a look at FNGU. Okay, still in an uptrend here. See that? Right there. Close with a higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the trend indicator. IWM. Still in an uptrend. Right there. Closed yesterday, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the trend indicator, still bullish. 2-hour charts on all of these show pretty much the same thing. A bullish cross that just happened probably about midday yesterday. So we have a 2-hour uptrend starting out here. Now, Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow's a little bit different. Diamond Dow had an inside day, had a higher low but a lower high, closed between the bearish trap and the trend indicator, gapping up over the previous day's candle up here, testing that. Maybe fills the gap here. We'll see what happens. Diamond Dow's up for a gap fill. Well, at least they're on deck. We'll see if they're going to do it. So there's Diamond Dow on the daily chart in the batter's box, ready to fill the gap. But all in all, yesterday, not a really great day, an inside day, as compared to the rest of the markets. All right, let's take a look at some energy. Let's take a look at USO. Here's USO. Yesterday's candle, higher high, lower low. Expanding volatility there. Of course, where you get a little bit further on the downside. So USO closing inside the trap, but over the bullish trend indicator. Okay, so closing inside a bullish trap. Nice comeback there. Would have liked to see this. It just squeaked out just barely a higher high there than what we had here. It qualifies, but I wouldn't count on it. So USO still in that flag there, still in the uptrend. We had a double bottom here, triple bottom here, put in a higher low here, and just squeaked out a higher high yesterday on USO on the daily chart. Let's take a look at UNG. Do we really need to look? Do we really want to see this one? Okay, so here's UNG. Lower high, lower low, closing below the bearish trap, below the trend indicator. Just a complete meltdown here in a downtrend. All right. Just waiting for signs of reversal. We'll see what happens. Check out the BYOB, see if anything's coming in. If there's a bottom anytime soon, I don't see it there. Not on the daily chart. BYOB kind of just says it's getting ramped up to go further. All right, so there's UNG. Nothing pretty there except for the downtrend. All right, so let's take a look at precious metals. Let's take a look at silver. Silver was in a downtrend, still in a downtrend. All right, we got a lower high and a lower low. Got another lower high. And trying to dig out a lower low. Couldn't quite do it a few days ago. Coming back, you can see yesterday's price action. We got a higher low and a higher high closing inside the bearish trap, but under the trend indicator. For there's silver. Let's take a look at gold. Okay, gold closing under the bearish trap, under the trend indicator. And still hanging on to that uptrend. They have to break this pivot right here, which is 183.47, just to say it's in a downtrend. Now, if you look at it, trend indicator's red. Things are sloping to the downside. Do you really need to wait for the status to say, like, maybe it's a meltdown? It's up to you, traders, but I'd just rather stay away from it myself. But it's still in a bull flag consolidating over here to the right. If we put in the quad lines, we are under the 30% line and headed back towards the 50. So maybe they're going to test the 50-yard line and then rocket off of there. We'll see what happens. But nothing good happening in gold. So let's take a look at our technicals. Here we are for yesterday. All right, we came out of the oversold zone straight into the buyer's chop zone, made higher lows, and at the end of the day we made the higher high. So there's T2122. T2123 started out green, ended green. It was a green day all day for T2123. So the New York Stock Exchange, people got bullish on T2123 all day yesterday. T2123 3 bar, got a little space between price action and trend indicator. That's a good sign. FNGU indicator started out green, ended up green. Green all day. So even in the pre-market, we're still a little bit green here. So there's FNGU. Let's take a look at US dollar index. Let's see where that's at. Well, we're going to wait for that to fire up. Okay, let's look at earnings. All right, earnings for today. We've got Applied Materials going to report tonight. 149 billion. John Deere's going to report this morning. 106 billion, and Relics is going to report. They don't know when they're going to report. That's it right there. That's the notables. Friday, what do we got? Nothing notable. Monday. We count the numbers here. 7 billion. Nothing notable there. Tuesday. HSBC, so that's thousands, millions, 773 million. And Walmart's going to report. Oh, we got a lot going on here. Okay, so HSBC is going to report, but they don't know what time. So we'll see. They're probably they probably have headquarters in a foreign country. So they don't have to comply with what's going on here. So they're going to report, but they don't know when they're going to report. Walmart, 453 billion. They're going to report in the morning on Tuesday. Home Depot, 356 billion. They're going to report in the morning on Tuesday. BHP, 151 billion. They're going to report in the morning. Palo Alto Networks, I think that's tech, 116 billion. They're going to report in the evening. Barclays, there's some banking, 112 billion. They're going to report in the morning. Medtronic, 111 billion. So it's going to be a big day on Tuesday. Those are when the notables come in, and they start off right in the morning, and there's a couple of big ones later in the evening there. So there's the earnings. Let's go back and look at the dollar. What are you doing? Let's go look at the economic calendar. All right, so for today, we have jobless claims, retail sales, 8:30. We have Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, Empire State Manufacturing Index, import-export prices, all at 8:30 as well. Industrial production, 9:15. Business inventories at 10. Housing market index at 10. And a gas report at 10:30. And we got a Fed speaker at 1:15. Another Fed speaker at 7 p.m. And nothing really happening there. Tomorrow we got housing starts at 8:30 in the morning. PPI final demand 8:30 in the morning. Michael Barr is going to speak at 9:10. Consumer sentiment comes out at 10. Mary Daly's going to speak at 12:10. So the big action's happening at 8:30 this morning. I don't think it will affect the markets much. If anything, it will probably bring us right back to where we opened up earlier today. So that's that. So for Max Payne for today is 497. And we're a little bit above it. So chances are they're going to go up there, spike 500, diddle around a little bit, and then maybe come back to 497. We'll see what happens there. And see if we can get the chart going. All right. It looks like they're still in the rubber band candle, but they're coming back down. Let's see what we can find here. This was up and working before I started this video. All right. Okay, so you can see still trading. We broke the rubber band candle right here. So we're still in the breakout right up there. So still bullish. Got a nice uptrend going on there. I don't know why they're still hanging on to this. This is ridiculous. This is broken. This needs to go. This needs to go. We have an uptrend here, and that's it. That's it. All right, traders. So I will take questions in the room this morning. Other than that, I think SPY is set up for a gap fill right here. And you can see it. Gap fill is up here, which happens to be about 588, 590. All right, we hit this pivot It's possible that we just fade from there. So we'll see what happens. And where would we find support? We should find support right through here, 497.28. All right. So we'll see what happens. That's 497.28. So if there's any questions, go ahead and fire them off, and I'll do my best to answer those. If not, I'm going to render the video.